All right. Today, we're making a pretty crucial shift. We're moving beyond just talking about generative AI, and we're going to get our hands dirty with the practical skills that will actually change how you work day in and day out. So, let's get right into it. So, just to get our bearings, this is part 9 of our series, which is all based on the report Generative AI for AM/FM Broadcast Professionals. And let me tell you, this is the chapter where the theory kind of takes a back seat, and the real work begins. It's all about turning what you know into what you can actually do. For the past 8 parts, we've laid all this groundwork, right? We've talked about what AI is, how prompting really works, and all the common mistakes to avoid. Now it's time to get out of the passenger seat and get behind the wheel. It is time to take control. And that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? I mean, you get the concepts, you can see the potential, but how do you actually make this stuff work for you when you're on a super tight deadline, the phones are blowing up, and you need a great result like right now? Well, that's exactly what this is all about. We are building the bridge that gets you from just knowing about AI to actually doing something powerful with it. This is the moment where you go from being a student of AI to becoming a true master of the tool. You can really think of this whole thing as a simple 3-step journey. And guess what? You've already done step 1. You've understood the theory. This whole chapter is dedicated to step 2, practice. Because let's be honest, practice is the only path that gets you to step 3, which is real confident mastery. And look, this isn't just about learning to use some new software. It is about fundamentally transforming your entire workflow. This is where you really get to experience firsthand how one single well-crafted prompt can save you a ton of time, spark amazing new ideas, and solve those real-world problems you run into every single day. The goal of all this practice isn't just to learn a few cool tricks. It's about building 2 absolutely critical assets: confidence and proficiency. And they really go hand in hand. You can't be truly proficient if you're not confident, and you can't build that deep confidence without proving to yourself you're proficient. So what do we really mean by proficiency here? It's not about getting a good result once in a while by luck. No way. It's the skill of consistently and efficiently getting the output you need from the AI every single time, especially when the clock is ticking. That's the professional standard. So how exactly does practice build that skill? Well, for one, it develops a kind of prompting muscle memory, where you just start to feel what's going to work. It also teaches you to adapt your prompts on the fly, so you don't get stuck if the first result isn't perfect. And all of this works together to reduce that frustrating trial and error and build genuine confidence in your ability to direct the AI. So, here's the crucial thing to remember. This chapter, with all this hands-on practice, it's not the end of the line, not at all. It's actually the final prep stage for everything that's coming next in our series. You can think of it like we're sharpening all our tools right before we start the main construction. The prompting skills you're going to build right here are the absolute foundation for everything that follows. I don't care if you're in news, hosting a talk show, running a music shift, or even managing the whole station. Your ability to confidently command an AI is the key that unlocks its potential for your specific job. Let's wrap up with a final thought. As you get ready to dive into these exercises, just ask yourself this one question. And don't think about it in some vague, abstract way. Think about your actual day-to-day job. What is the very first task, that tedious, time-sucking, or creatively draining part of your job that you are going to transform with these new skills?